जीवम् स्वाद्वैत्वं सावधूतम् परिजनसंहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान् विसंच हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त श्रीराधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य श्री प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामो 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम, और ग्लोरी श्रीला प्रभुपाद।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Bangla Charan with lot of bhakti. Hari Bol.
Thank you
Hare
so
Krishna.
much. Hare
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So devotees, we are in chapter 9 of Bhagavad Gita. But before that, shall we very briefly, we do not qualify to glorify Srimati Radharani, but shall we read couple of verses about Srimati Radharani? That's okay. Only yesterday was Radhashtami. Shall we do that?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Yeah, just I have a couple of verses here. Can someone read this, devotee?
You can try, Prabhuji.
Sure.
Satyam satyam puna satyam satyam iva puna puna vinaradhiko prasadem mata prasad tu na vidyate. Narada Purana. Should I continue, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Shri Krishna says, O Narada, I tell you truly, truly, again, truly, truly again and again, without the mercy of Radharani, one cannot attain my mercy.
Very good, Prabhuji. So, devotees, very briefly, we are not discussing too much. Again, Srimati Radharani, to even glorify Srimati Radharani, you need some qualification. I definitely do not possess that kind of a qualification. Even Sukha Goswami Maharaj, he said that he did not mention anything about Srimati Radharani. So he thought he was not qualified. Sukha meanings, we know, right? What is Sukha?
Happiness.
No, correct. But in this, his name has got a different meaning.
The parrot.
Yes, correct. Absolutely. Parrot. In Sanskrit, Sukha has got a meaning that it's a parrot. And Sukha Muni, Sukha Goswami, was the very, very pet parrot of Srimati Radharani. That is how he knows everything. He knew everything before when even he was in the womb of his mother. So here, very briefly, Krishna has got, we have talked about this previously also. He has got mainly three kinds of energy. He has got multiple energy. One is the Antaranga Shakti, the internal potency of Krishna. Then the Bahiranga Shakti, which is the external, which is the material world. Then there is another Shakti called Tatasha Shakti, which is the marginal energy that we are. We are partially, our Atma is spiritual, our body is material. So we are a combination of Antaranga and Bahiranga. So out of the internal energy potency of Krishna, again there are three: Sat, Chit, Ananda. The Sandhini Shakti is the Sat, the Chit is the Sambit Shakti, and Hiladani Shakti is the Ananda, the ultimate bliss that it is Krishna's energy only that is considered as the ultimate, whatever you want to call, happiness, peace, bliss. Some people call it as moksha or nirvana, but it is even beyond that. That is the ultimate, spiritual fulfillment. So, if one of us can very briefly read this, then we can go to our regular Bhagavad Gita version. Who can
Yes,
read?
Prabhuji.
Right.
Go ahead, Prabhuji.
The essence of the Ladini potency is love of God. The essence of love of God is emotion, bhava, and the ultimate development of the emotion is Mahabhava. Sri Radha Thakurani is the embodiment of Mahabhava, and she is the repository of all good qualities and the crest jewel among all the lovely consorts of Lord Krishna. Tribal Prabhu, you can go ahead.
The transcendental goddess Srimati Radharani is the direct counterpart of Lord Shri Krishna. She is the central figure for all the goodness of fortune. She possesses all the attractiveness to attract all the all attractive personality of Godhead. She is the primeval internal potency of the Lord. Her worship, Aradhana, consists of fulfilling the desires of Lord Krishna. Therefore, the Puris call her Radhika. Truly, the personality of Godhead has been worshipped by her. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Haribol Prabhuji's and Mataji's, very nice reading. So, very important, without Srimati Radharani's blessings and mercy, we first begin with the blessing of our Lord Balaram. Lord Balaram is our ultimate guru, and in the modern kind of the contemporary timeline, Nityananda Prabhu, he came as Nityananda Prabhu along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Acharyas have said that we have to first seek the blessings of Nityananda Prabhu if we have to really progress in Krishna consciousness, the spiritual journey. Yeah, that is the blessing. But the mood that we will have will be that of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is the combination of Srimati Radharani and Krishna himself. So let us seek the blessings of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani ki jai. This is very important. When we talk about Krishna, Srimati Radharani is already there. All the glory that we do for Krishna, if it is done through Srimati Radharani, that is even much more powerful. So with that, devotees, we are on chapter 9. That was a very brief kind of, I thought we'll at least read a couple of verses about Srimati Radharani. How was the program at Alacha, devotees? Some of us may have gone there. How was the program?
It was so good, Prabhuji. I cannot even tell you. I think it was probably one of the best birthday celebrations I've seen in my life.
Very good. Yeah. Very nice. Mataji. So, devotees, so we are on chapter 9. Krishna is giving very powerful message in chapter 9. Some acharyas have said that for devotees, if you conclude with chapter 9, you would have read all the entire Bhagavad Gita. Especially chapter 9 ends with 934. Manmana Bhava. Krishna repeat that in one more time in 1865 also. So just the previous verse here in 26, he gave a very powerful message. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktaya prayachati. That if just, a leaf, a flower, a fruit, water, whoever can give, but that is good, very basic, nothing very elaborate or extravagant. But there are two qualities needed. What is that? With some devotion, bhaktaya, prayachati. Make some effort with some devotion. And Krishna is using bhaktaya twice in this verse. One bhaktaya, and then he is also using bhakti uparapam here, offered in devotion. So we see that it is whatever we do, there has to be bhakti involved in that. Then Krishna accepts. Doesn't matter what it is. And now he has said that this, we discussed this in detail in our last discussion on Friday, that why only fruits, why leaf. This is what Krishna is saying. It's not that we are creating this. ISKCON did not create that you have to follow vegetarian or this like that. But this is what Krishna prefers. We can see that throughout his instruction, the 700 verses, Krishna also has certain preferences. There are so many paths to understand Krishna. We have Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Jnana Yoga. But he always brings bhakti into the picture. He says that, yes, these are all good. But if it is done with bhakti, what is bhakti? Just a pure love for Krishna. So without love, if you are going to offer him anything, even an elaborate Chappan Bhog or even 108 types of Bhoga, is not going to be very, very, satisfied. We discussed very briefly about the episode of Krishna going as a peacemaker, the Shanti Dut, before the war. And he did not take prasadam at Duryodhana's place. Duryodhana has prepared a very, very extensive feast for him. But he just went to Vidura's house. Vidura is not even a Kshatriya or he is not a royal family. But Krishna said that, no, I'll go and have prasadam with him. And Vidura's wife, because of the excitement, she didn't have anything there at her home. And she was not expecting Krishna for having, prasadam at her place. All she had was banana. And she was peeling the banana and feeding Krishna with the peels, banana peel. And Krishna was enjoying that. And when Vidura came, he said that we scolded his wife, what are you doing? You are giving the peels to Krishna? And Krishna said that, no, Vidura, I am really enjoying this. This is the best food I have tasted, so far. So what it means is that Krishna is looking for devotion, prayachati, what is our intention. So it's very important, devotee. Whatever we do, we have to do it with bhakti, love for God. Now, here he has given a specific instruction, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. The next one, which is also very powerful verse, he's saying, anything you do, let us discuss this. 927. Haren Prabhuji, would you like to read? Haren Prabhu, welcome to our Bhagavad Gita study group, Prabhu. Are you able to hear, Prabhuji? Okay, maybe Prabhuji is not able to hear, but Haren Prabhu has attended some of our programs and we also met with him in one of the programs, happened yesterday by the Hindu Samaj, Hindi Unity Day. He said that he is very interested in joining the Bhagavad Gita study session. So, devotees, why not we read this? 3 of us can read it.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I can start.
Sure.
ধন্যবাদ। যৎ করসে যৎ অশ্নাসে যৎ জহসি দদাসি যৎ তপস্যসি কন্তেয়া তৎকুরুষমত অর্পণম।
Very bol, Prabhuji. Two more devotees.
I can also try. Hare Krishna devotees and Pranam Ankashri. Yat karoshi yadasnasi yajyahosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very nice, Prabhu. One more devotee. Harini Mataji. Okay, everybody is on mute and then becomes okay. Who else? Shalini Mataji.
Sure, Prabhuji. Yat karoshi yat shranasi yat juhoshi dadasi yat pasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Mataji. Thank you. So, devotees, why not one of us read the synonym translation, and then the purport is not too long. Another devotee can read the purport. Vasant Prabhu, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. You want to read the synonym and translation, Prabhu?
Prabhuji, thank you so much for opportunity, but I'm driving, Prabhuji.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. Very good. No problem.
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Please drive safe, Prabhu.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Namananda Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, ধন্যবাদ প্রণাম। Yat, whatever. Karoshi, you do. Yat, whatever. Osnashi, you eat. Yat, whatever. Jehoshi, you offer. Dodasi, you give away. Yat, whatever. Yat, whatever. Taposhashi, austerity you perform. Kunteya, O son of Kunti. Tat, that. Kurusha, do. Mad, unto me. Arpanam, as an offering. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, whatever austerity you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me.
Haribol Prabhuji. Devotees purport.
If no one is there, I can read, Prabhuji.
Sure, Prabhu. Sure.
Thus, it is the duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstance. Everyone has to work for maintenance of the body and soul together. And Krishna recommends herein that one should work for him. Everyone has to eat something to live. Therefore, he should accept the remnants of foodstuff offered to the Krishna. Any civilized man has to perform some religious ritualistic ceremonies. Therefore, Krishna recommends, do it for me. And this is called Archana. Everyone has a tendency to give something in charity. Krishna says, give it to me. And this means that all surplus money accumulated should be utilized in furthering the Krishna consciousness movement. Nowadays, people are very much inclined to the meditational process, which is not practical in this age. But if anyone practices meditating of Krishna 24 hours a day by chanting Hare Krishna mantra rounds on the beats, he is surely the greatest meditator and the greatest yogi, as substantiated in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Any thoughts, Prabhu, reflection?
Yes, Prabhuji. So this is one of the very important shlokas. I think Prabhupada always quoted, right, Prabhuji? as per my understanding. And we can see that here, Krishna is saying that whatever you do, whatever you eat, you sleep, you sing, dance, do it for me. So, the devotees are always in Krishna consciousness moment. Whatever they are doing in the service for Krishna. And we can see that, devotees do not forget Krishna in any circumstances, because whatever they're doing, they offer everything to Lord Krishna. That way, and the bhakti, is continued. There's no, uh, you know, full stop, or because even if they are working, they give the fruits of their work to Krishna. So they mold their life from the beginning. They wake up, starting with Mangalarti and japa, and then have a Bhagavatam class. Then if they have to raise their children, they think that these are Krishna's children, and they make their house as a temple. So, and cook for Krishna and offer as a bhoga and take that prasadam and everything like that, giving the charity, and like ABCD, associating with the devotees, reading books, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, chanting, devotional service, following Ekadashis, and meeting with the devotees, like in celebrating, every month, or in fact every week we have festivals. Yeah. So in this way, devotees are always in the mode of Krishna consciousness. That's my understanding, Prabhuji. Please, Hare Krishna. Dhanavad.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Namananda Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. As Prabhu mentioned, this is one of the most quoted verse by Srila Prabhupada. As Prabhupada used to say, like, because Prabhupada used to meet a lot of hippies, and that time, like, when Prabhupada came, and a lot of people are taking drugs, and sometimes Prabhupada met lot different kind of people, and Prabhupada used to say, give your black money, I'll make it white and purify, building a temple for Krishna. And also, Prabhuji, like, whatever we do, whatever we eat, we should always offer to Krishna. It's not like, and also Guru Maharaj always say that if pap is a poison, or sin is a poison, then punno, like that means good deed, is also a sugar coated poison. We do not want to do punno, we do not want to do pap, but we would like to do bhakti, or Krishna is involved, and whatever we do for Krishna, that is bhakti. Because if we do pap, or like all the bad actions, that definitely I have to suffer for that. Even if I do punno, like Krishna is not involved. Sometimes we see that, like, people do donate for the flood affected people, or sometimes like they donate the comforter during very cold times. But whatever we do, like if we can offer that to Krishna, then donate to people, that's where it requires, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So we have to keep in mind, whatever we do, whatever we eat, we should always keep Krishna involved. Okay? And Krishna is saying it, do it for me, give it to me, quote it in the purpose. Dandavad Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Very nice, Prabhuji. Shalini Mataji, any comments?
Prabhuji, I'm listening to this. I think what Prabhupada is explaining in this, from what I'm understanding, is that the path of meditating in this age of Kali is very difficult. If somebody is able to do 24/7 all the time, the Mahamantra chanting, um, then there is, then they can they can realize themselves, they can realize Krishna, but it is difficult. So the way, or the easier way, or the recommended way is to do whatever we are doing in our daily lives and to offer it to Krishna, just like Namanand Prabhuji explained, like even if somebody is giving something away in charity, instead of thinking that you are helping a poor person with the blanket, we should think that this is you are offering to Krishna, and then Krishna is giving to whoever deserves or whoever is in need. Otherwise, we may become we may have that pride in ourselves that, oh, I am doing this for someone. And like Namanand Prabhuji explained, this can lead to like accumulation of punya even. And if you have accumulated punya at the time of death, then again you have to come back to this world in order to get the fruits of that punya. So our in the path of bhakti, our goal is to become self-realized or realize Krishna, and then we all aim to go to Goloka Vrindavan. And in order to do that, our sins have to be zero, and then our good deeds also have to be zero. And if we practice the path of bhakti, then there we are not accumulating any sin, and we are not accumulating any good deeds either. Whatever we are doing, it's just offered to Krishna. So that is the recommended way. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Mataji. Very good. Thank you. So, devotees, this was, as already been mentioned, very important, has been referred by Srila Prabhupada many times, has been mentioned by great acharyas many times. But there is also a scope to misunderstand this verse. That is why we need a good acharya, good sadhu, good guru to guide us how to interpret this. See, for example, Krishna says, whatever you do, what does it mean? Whatever. That means Krishna is asking me to do anything I want to do. Right? That is how normally we would interpret. Krishna is giving us a freedom. Do anything you want. Eat anything you want to eat. In the previous verse, he said that you offer me patram pushpam phalam toyam. But here, he's saying do whatever you want to do. So, if I'm just a common, layman, reader and user of Bhagavad Gita, I'll say that, yeah, I think Krishna is saying, do devotees, there are the majority of the population, if you ask them, they would say, I'm a good person. I've not done anything illegal. I've not done any harm to anybody. I'm just minding my business. If possible, I try to help people. So other than that, I really don't need anything else, which is a very valid kind of a point. Yeah, they are good people. Nothing wrong with that. But good people and devotees are, there's a lot of difference between those two. A devotee is also a good person, but he's doing everything for Krishna. So when Krishna says, whatever you do, they are doing only for Krishna. In that also, acharyas have made some distinction between various type of bhakti also. We have read in chapter 4, 5, 6, etc. There is something called Nishkama Karma Yoga. Can somebody a little bit explain what is Nishkama Karma Yoga, devotee?
It means the work we are doing as an offering to Krishna without thinking that, oh, if I do this, if I give away this blanketed donation, I will get something more in return. Krishna will give me more. We are just doing it without any expectation that I will get something back in return. I think, Prabhuji, if you can explain more.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good analogy. So, if I may ask, what is the difference between Nishkama Karma and Shuddha Bhakti, which is called Kevala Bhakti? What is the difference? That is also for Krishna. Kevala Bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti is also for Krishna. But Acharyas are saying there is one minute difference between that. And Krishna is kind of between the first one and the second one is bringing those two together. Any thought on what is the difference between Shuddha Bhakti and Nishkama Karma Yoga? That is also Bhakti.
I think, Prabhuji, I could be wrong, but in Nishkama, what's the term? Nishkama Karma Yoga. I think so. You are still doing it for your pleasure. What you will like, you will tend to do that. But I think when this Shuddha Bhakti, even if it gives you displeasure, but it makes Krishna happy, you will still do it. Because that is for God, for Krishna's pleasure. I think so.
Yeah, you're almost right, Mataji. Definitely your answer is good. What acharyas have said that Nishkama Karma Yoga is you do any work. Some you may prefer, some you may not prefer, and you are offering that to Krishna. You are not taking the karmanya ivadikaraste ma phalashu kadachana. I'm doing this, you are working in an organization and you are giving all the results, meaning emotionally, physically, everything you are saying, Krishna, I'm working. This is, I consider this as a seva, you have given it to me. I'll take care of my family. Then, but everything is for you. Here you go, I'm surrendering, offering everything to you. That is one thing. The Kevala Bhakti, which is the Shuddha Bhakti, is that the activity itself is for Krishna. It is not for any activity. Like Krishna is saying, whatever you do, that falls in between the Nishkama Karma Yoga, components of Nishkama Karma Yoga and components of Kevala Bhakti. He is combining those two. Meaning, one is you do. The Nishkama Karma Yoga also, he would say, I'm an IT professional, I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer. But you know what? I'm not going to take any benefit out of this. I'm going to surrender everything to Krishna. That's also good. But Kevala Bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti, is that even among that activity, you will do only for Krishna. That particular activity is directly related to Krishna. Like, for example, a priest or a temple devotee who's taking care of, somebody might be doing DT decoration, DT, they might be helping with all the prasadam. So they're directly engaged. That particular activity is non-different from Krishna. Whereas, I'm just giving you as an example, in the other material activities that we do, even though once if we do, it becomes for Krishna, but that particular activity is not Krishna. Does it make sense, devotees?
Yes, Prabhuji, definitely. Thank you for beautifully explaining.
Yeah, that is, acharyas are saying that Kevala Bhakti is even higher because the activity itself is Krishna. Whereas in Nishkama Karma is somewhat related to this verse, that Krishna is saying, okay, whatever you want to do in life, do it as an arpanam, as an offering to me. He's giving some choice to us. But a devotee will understand, Krishna, no, I'm just going to do only where you are the activity. For example, Krishna's Kirtan and Krishna is non-different. So there are so many temple residents, 24/7, they're only doing Krishna activity. So both are good. Most of us fall into the first category of Nishkama Karma Yoga. That itself is a very high level of bhakti. But acharyas again are saying that there is a minute difference that Kevala Bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti is the activity itself is Krishna. So there is nothing called there is nothing called Arpanam in that. It's already for Krishna. Whereas in the other type of work that we are all doing, we are IT professionals, we are doctors, we are engineers, we are sacrificing later on. After we have done the work, we are giving that to Krishna. That particular activity may not be directly Krishna. So there are many, levels of bhakti. Again, Krishna is only giving us an opportunity here because he knows that all of us may not fall into the Kevala bhakti. It takes time, it takes maturity. But it's not that it is not possible. It is possible in this lifetime. We can completely understand Krishna, we can completely surrender to Krishna. But, here is giving us an opportunity. Whatever you do, again, this should not be construed as anything I will do. I will do some other thing. I will rob. Then I'll give all the money, 90% of that money to Krishna. That is not recommended at all. Krishna is not saying that. When he says whatever given the dharmic, the instruction that he has been given from chapter 1 through chapter 18, we have to follow that. Who is a good person? Forget about devotee. Krishna will give a very nice, almost like 24 qualities of who is a good person, not even a devotee. You have to be honest. You should not cause any violence to anybody. That is in chapter 13, verse number 8 to 12, 4 or 5 verses together. So we have to understand Krishna's message in a holistic form. We cannot just pick and choose. Even though pick and choose also sometimes will help us, but it's always better to see. Otherwise, you lose the message of this verse. Krishna is saying, do whatever. No, it's not as simple as that. We are going to do only that is allowed for Krishna's instruction. We cannot cause violence to others. We cannot be dishonest. We have to be always thinking about him. That is whatever action. And a beautiful verse is saying, whatever you do, whatever you eat. There is a saying, right? You are what you eat. A man is what he eats. If you're going to eat all kinds of garbage, and if you're going to cause violence during that process, just because you have to eat, he would not accept it. That's not a recommended process at all. Then, whatever you give away, donation, devotees, there are so many people now, especially in the Western countries, certain percentage of your earnings you have to give. If you belong to certain spiritual organization, entities, temple, whatever it is, you have to give certain percentage as a donation. It's good, it's okay. But the question is that, are you really giving it that in God consciousness? Or are you doing that for a material benefit? My name will, be recognized. I'll be known as one of the donors. So that is all the material challenges that we face. Even doing that charity, we should do the charity for the right purpose, for the right person, for the right entity we have to do. But right now, today's in material world, the charity itself has lost its value. We all don't know. There are thousands of different charities happening. Somebody is saying, I'll take care of the poor people. Somebody is saying, I'll take care of the material health of the different people. Somebody is saying that I'll help the community with some money. There is a saying, Manava Seva. Have you heard this? The common saying is, Manava Seva is Madhava Seva. Actually, that's not correct. Madhava Seva should be Manava Seva. If we serve Krishna, we would have served the entire humanity. But if you're going to pick and choose, if you're going to serve only some people who don't have money, what about the other group of people who are suffering from health or so many other reasons? So how can it is like watering the roots of a tree? We can go and keep on watering the branches, the leaves, the flowers, the fruits, everything. But the best way to keep the tree healthy is water the roots of the tree. And that is what Krishna, this entire thing that he is saying, that you do that arpanam as an offering to him. If you offer it to him, he will take care of everything because he is the creator of the entire universe. We don't have to really take that responsibility if we work in Krishna consciousness. And then all the hospitals, all the non-profit, everything will work nicely if the ultimate purpose is for God. Any thoughts, devotees? Even Srila Prabhupada, he used to differentiate what is an arpanam. Some devotees, he would say, you don't even have to chant, because those devotees are doing so many administrative work. They're helping constructing a building. They're helping Srila Prabhupada constructing an ashram. They don't have time to chant. It has happened. Some senior devotees, they used to go to Srila Prabhupada. They would say, Prabhupada, I don't want the seva. I'm not able to chant. I'm not able to attend Mangala Arti. I don't have association with devotee. Srila Prabhupada would say, no, you are doing an amazing seva. More than chanting. I'm telling you, you don't have to chant. Srila Prabhupada is saying, don't chant, you don't have to chant. Because that seva that he's doing, only he can do, because he's helping building a temple. He's repairing some room, some bathroom. So we have to understand what is an offering. We cannot just say somebody is doing some seva directly to Krishna. That is also seva to Krishna. It may not be visible to us, but they are working behind the screen, for so many things. This we'll come to know, devotees, when we have a temple of our own. We will need the help of so many devotees. Each one has got a different talent. Somebody might be very good with administrative work. They are not standing in front of the deities and offering, Mangala Arti or garland or anything like that. We may not even see them many times, but they are working 24/7 for Krishna. Whereas in other time, Srila Prabhupada sometimes used to say, the devotees used to go to him and say, Prabhupada, I'm not able to chant because I don't even have time to sleep. Srila Prabhupada asked, how many hours do you sleep, get to sleep? The devotee said, only 4 hours. He said, cut that short. Sleep only 3 hours, but finish your chanting. So he was able to make a judgment based on what is offering. The devotees don't have any other seva, but they have to take care of the, for example, the Mangala Arti, the deity seva, the deity decoration. That is what they have to do. And then they have to make their own time for chanting. But the other person who is just maybe building a bathroom for all the devotees, Srila Prabhupada said that you don't have to chant about, because that was also a very important part of the seva. So we understand all these things, because Srila Prabhupada is giving us a lot of instruction that how to understand what is an offering. So, Prabhu, any thoughts, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Wonderfully explained, as you mentioned. Many people sometimes, even I was thinking Manav Seva, Madhav Seva. As Krishna says that watering the root of the plant will nourish the entire tree. So when we eat, the stomach and each and every organ in our body gets nourished. So in the same way, when we have that attitude of serving Krishna, everything. In fact, like in Mahabharata, Prabhuji, Draupadi gave just one morsel because that's what was left. And when Krishna ate, everybody was, satisfied. So in that way, if we, and of course, Sri Prabhupada mentioned that, every, and in fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, every town and village will have Sankirtan parties. So that way we can easily, make this offering. That's my understanding. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, very good, Prabhuji. Yeah. That's true. Namananda Prabhu, any comment, further comment?
Wonderful explanation, Prabhuji. Very nice. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. So there is one more example also we can give relating to Mahabharata. We might have heard the name Barbaric. Have you heard that name, devotees?
Yes, Prabhuji. It's a Babrik.
Yeah.
Babrik.
Yeah, Babrik. Can you briefly explain to me?
Yes, Prabhuji. Babrik Maharaj was so when Bhima Maharaj was poisoned by Duryodhan and Shakuni Mama, and they threw him in the water. He actually penetrated through the earth and went to the Patal Loka. And in a Patal Loka, he got married to Sarpakanya. And the son of one Sarpakanya was Babrik. And the Babrik was very, very powerful. And when he came for fight, when there was a Mahabharat would go on, he had not 36 but 32 characteristics, and so someone needed to be like sacrificed to that the stump they call as a Vijay stump to put the head on the Vijay stump. And so when Krishna Bhagavan was asked like whom we should do it, whom we should sacrifice, at that time Babrik came and they asked like, hey Babrik, we know that you are 32, you have 32 characteristics, and is it okay for you to be sacrificed? And Babrik Maharaj said, yes, it is fine. And then he was sacrificed at that time, and then he was given the Amruta, so his head is alive forever, but not the rest of the body. And then he was placed on that Vijay Stamba. And that Babrik we worship actually in a Kali Yuga. So Krishna Bhagavan gave him a boon that you will be worshipped as a Badiya Dev. If I'm not sure whether if you have heard the name, which was like the chicken pox, not chicken pox. I think chicken pox or the smallpox is something which is like they relate our religion with some of the diseases, and Badiyadev is the one which became, so Babrik is the one which became a Badiyadev, and he is being worshipped in some of the villages, even in Gujarat too, some of the places where he is being worshipped. That was the Babrik Maharaj. Prabhuji, please correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're correct, Prabhu. There is a slightly different version also. The name itself, I think some people call it Babrik, some have said Barbarik. Barbak, something like that. It's a Sanskrit word. Anyhow, he is the grandson of Bhima, right?
Correct.
Prabhu? Yeah, okay. So the version...
No, I'm sorry, Prabhuji. No, he is not a grandson of Bhima. The grandson of Bhima was Ghatotkacha.
Yes, Prabhuji, Ghatotkacha.
No, Ghatotkacha is the son of Bhima, Prabhu, not the grandson.
No, yeah. Bhima's son is Ghatotkacha and Ghatotkacha's son is Barbarik.
Oh, okay.
Barbarik is the grandson of Bhima, and he had a very special, unique power. But this head is all coincide with kind of my version that I know, that when before this war, Barbarik, with the guidance from his mother, he would want to participate at the war. But he was very powerful. Nobody, not Arjuna, not Duryodhan, not Karna can fight against Barbarik because he had 3 very specially empowered arrows. With one arrow, he would draw the entire region that he has to attack. Like we do in some designing software, right? We first, you select some area and then either you delete it or you keep it, something like that. So the first arrow will select the area. The second arrow will target whatever you want to do it. The third will delete. And you can do this with anybody, the entire army. So Krishna would meet him on the way. He would say, Barbaric, where are you going? He said that, my mother said that I have to take part in the war. But Krishna said that you can, but there is one problem. Whichever side you take, and he said that Barbaric had a principle, he will only support the weak, whether it is Pandavas or Kauravas. So Krishna said that that is also a problem, because right now Pandavas seem to be weaker because there are only 5, whereas Kauravas has got all the Narayana Sena, so many things, very powerful. Now, if you join the Pandavas, they will become strong. Then you cannot fight with Kauravas because you are now stronger. You have to join now Kauravas. He said that there won't be any end to war. So Barbaric would say, so what shall I do? He said that, why don't you sacrifice yourself? I'll take you to the spiritual, utmost spiritual platform. Since you have taken a vow to be part of, this war, unfortunately, you cannot be part of this war because of this technical issue. Whichever side you are, that side will become stronger. So this fight will never take place because you are there. So why don't you sacrifice yourself? He completely sacrificed. He gave his head. And but he had one request: Krishna, please allow me to at least witness this entire war. He was there. He's one of the witnesses for the entire war. And after the war has happened, there was a discussion going on among the Pandavas who did, most of the fighting and things like that, as an internal discussion, feedback, after the war. So everybody was saying Arjuna did wonderful, then ultimately Bhima, because Bhima was the one who killed Duryodhana. Then Barbaric would answer. He said that, what? I have seen what you all have not seen. I could see Vasudeva Krishna fighting with everybody. Without Krishna's help, there was no way Pandavas could have won. He said that I saw him. Arjuna was really releasing the arrows, but it was Krishna who was actually helping him with that. So Krishna actually fought with the entire Kaurava team. So Krishna is the man of the match. And as we can see, this entire Mahabharat war is not between Kauravas and Pandavas. It is a war between Dharma and Adharma. Dharma is Krishna. So that is the kind of a version I know, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Prabhuji, that might be the true. Ghatotkaч and Ghatorkach, those two were like a father and son, and they were when Bhim Maharaj got married to Hidamba in a Hidamba one. That's one. So either Ghatotkaч or Ghatorkach was the son of Hidamba and Bhim Maharaj. But yes, Prabhuji, these two, your version might be correct.
Yeah, there could be different versions also based on, because these are all taking place in at a very different timeline, various time it's happening. There could be some minor differences. Yes. But the point here is that Barbaric, how he was able to, he did not even hesitate. So this verse kind of very much relates to Barbaric. He did not hesitate. He said that, Krishna, you want my head? Take it. It's an amazing, amazing offering. Whatever Krishna wants, we do that. Not whatever is favorable to me or whatever is favorable to my family or community. Krishna wants this, I'll do it. Okay, let's see. Shuddha Bhakti. Bhashwati Mataji is not able to speak tonight, but she has given some comment here. Shuddha Bhakti is pure devotional service. Nishkarma, any kind of service without attachment to the result. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. So this particular verse is a combination of two. We are going to do Krishna consciousness activities as much as possible. Devotees, how much of time do we spend for Krishna consciousness activity? Real quick. You don't have to think too much. Subal Prabhu, 100 out of 100?
No, Prabhuji.
Very delicate question.
Yes. Every day at least, I would say like chanting and Bhagavatam in the morning and evening Bhagavad Gita and couple of, kirtans with the kids, Prabhuji, like 4, 5 hours maybe at the max.
Very good, Prabhu. Very good. Yeah, it doesn't, in this material world, devotees, as much as we can think about Krishna, please let us do that. That is the entire purpose of this. Each situation is different. Some of us might have little more pressing material commitment, but even in that material commitment, can we think about Krishna and surrender everything, sacrifice everything to him? That is the practice of Krishna consciousness. Haren, Prabhuji, you want to say something? I didn't hear from you, Prabhu. Sorry.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. I'm joining for the first time, so I'm learning. And even the difference between Nishkarma and Shuddha Bhakti, it was very nice discussion. And as you said, that Nishkarma, there is something behind it. So you are not giving your heart, soul, and mind, everything together. In Shuddha Bhakti, we are giving physically, mentally, and spiritually. Whatever we are doing, 100% we are going to Bhagwan Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. That is true.
Yeah.
The major difference between Nishkama Karma Yoga and Shuddha Bhakti is just the type of activity itself. Otherwise, both are very good. It is a sacrifice, surrender everything. In the Shuddha Bhakti, Kevala Bhakti, the activity itself is directly related to Krishna. That's the only difference.
I see. Okay.
Whether we are very close to the deities or we are doing something to related to the temple or something related to Krishna, it's a direct seva to Krishna. Whereas the other is also everything is a seva to Krishna, this entire manifestation. But that's not a direct seva. We do some material seva, but we sacrifice that also with pure, no contamination, no attachment.
No attachment.
No attachment. So both are good. But Shuddha Bhakti is finally at some point of time, we all have to take up to Shuddha Bhakti at some point of time.
Yeah.
Very nice, Prabhuji. I'm glad you were able to join.
Earlier when you mentioned my name, but I changed my phone, so I was not figuring out where the mute button was.
Oh, okay.
So probably from tomorrow, I'll be a little bit more. I'll participate more.
Excellent, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. This is a discussion. It's not a lecture or anything like that. Please share your thoughts and your experience, your reflection. And we will all read together. The best part of the entire this reading is, Prabhu, there is a very nice purport given by Srila Prabhupada. So we don't kind of get distracted with our own thoughts. We can share, but ultimately Srila Prabhupada is guiding us here very nicely. What is the ultimate, the essence of each verse?
Yeah. And I've got, the Bhagavad Gita from Hare Krishna. So, once we finish, I'll go through that and I'll prepare for tomorrow as well.
Oh, Hare Krishna. That is very nice. Very nice. Very nice. So we'll see you all tomorrow, devotees. Any final thoughts or comments? If not, we can conclude.
No.
Prabhuji, can you share again one more time? Was it the 8th chapter you said where Krishna defines like how to become like a good person? Like no dishonesty and all of that?
Okay, let us see. If my memory is strong, let's see. It is, I think, 13. Okay, here it is.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
There are about 3 verses. He's starting with amanitvam, humility. Begin with humility. Then here is the thing. Humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control. There are many, like almost like 23 or 24. This is in chapter 13, verse 8 through 12.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, just read it. We should all read this sometime. We don't have to jump also, but when you get a chance, just read this. It gives a phenomenal, what Krishna is talking about. Unless we develop some of these basic qualities, we cannot really develop devotion, because these are all kind of the prerequisites.
Yes.
It's automatically should be there.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing. Hare Krishna.
Devotees, the time is now 9:05. We shall conclude now and have a wonderful Krishna consciousness evening. Vanchakalpatrabhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. ISKCON Tampa Sankirtana ki jai.
Jai.
Bhagavad Gita study ki jai.
Jai.
Hari-
Jai.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Sridham.